Okay, welcome to Meet Your Monsters. If you think Peter Jackson is a verb, then this is the podcast for you. My name is Abraham Aiken. These are my friends.
Kathleen.
Matt.
Colby.
Sarah.
Derek.
For you at home, Meet Your Monsters is a podcast in which I show my friends horror movies that I love, and we find out if they love them too, or if they just think my taste in movies sucks. This week's movie is the 2010 Hatchet 2, written and directed by Adam Green, and starring Danielle Harris, Tony Todd, and Kane Hodder.
So just to make it clear, Danielle Harris is not in the first one?
I did.
Danielle Harris?
Yeah.
She wasn't the main girl?
No.
Okay.
They pulled a fucking Back to the Future 2 on us. So like I said, we watched Hatchet 2. What did you guys think?
It had its moments.
It's alright.
Yeah.
No, not a fan.
Okay.
It was... Sorry.
Okay.
You even watched it on your own time?
I did.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
To let our listener know, I fell asleep. So.
Oh. But I didn't see the first
that
one.
That kind of sums it all
or I
up.
did. It's been a long time. I don't remember anything about it.
It might have been really good.
I watched the first one last night and then this other one today.
So you wouldn't be totally lost?
Yeah. I didn't know if that was a pretty serious plot line. Had its all its.
I do like
parts.
when movies pick up right from the end of the last one.
Yeah,
that was fun.
I did too.
Because I remembered her Jason fighting
Victor Crowley.
Victor Crowley.
Mm-hmm.
And it picked up right from there, so that's pretty cool.
But didn't she die in the first one? I don't
thought
remember
so.
her living.
It ended with like a jump scare,
Oh.
didn't it?
That's what it alluded to. Like if there wasn't a sequel, I would have assumed that's how it ended. Was that he just killed her and got everybody? But
Yeah.
then they
People
picked
want
this one up
more.
there.
Follow us through the darkness of our wasted and festering memories as we struggle to recall the movie we just watched with this week's sinister synopsis. Okay, for the people that haven't seen this, Mary Beth escapes the clutches of the Bayou Butcher Victor Crowley and returns to the swamp with an army of hunters and gunmen determined to end Crowley's reign of horror once and for all. Oh. That is the sweet IMDb synopsis. I used to try to write them, but it just takes too long.
Yeah.
Don't tell the listeners.
Oh yeah, I'm very professional in my duties.
It's AMBD, a movie database.
Yeah. A sad database would be a y'all porno. So maybe the best movie database. What I liked about this was she recruits Tony Todd and
who is amazing.
Yeah, he's always
He is
awesome.
such a great presence. I love him. I think he's just like a god.
Is that guy the spooky Bill Cosby?
Candyman.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Okay, so sometimes I pick these movies and everyone's like, "Hey, why in the fuck did you watch this movie? It was terrible," and you guys hate on me for like a week. Matt is shaking his head.
I still haven't forgiven you for what was the last terrible one I watched?
Leprechaun.
I
didn't know. I couldn't vouch for
well.
that movie. Yeah, I couldn't vouch for that movie, which is why we didn't do the podcast for it. Okay, so what was so cool about this movie is way back when they announced Freddy vs. Jason, everyone was like, "Holy shit, we're gonna see Freddy vs. Jason," and then they switched out Kane Hodder to another guy, Kevin. I forget his name.
Nash? Was it Kevin Nash?
Kevin Nash. But
Costner.
So everyone kind of felt cheated because Kane Hodder has become the favorite Jason Voorhees. Everyone's like, okay, fucking Kane was the best Jason. So when we didn't get to see Kane Hodder and Robert Englund, so this movie kind of gave us Kane Hodder versus Tony Todd, who became the Candyman. And so at that end scene, when you get to see these two people fight, I was like, fucking hey, it's about time we get to see some. And of course, Candyman got his sorry ass whooped, unfortunately. But he didn't have
He
his.
put up a fight.
Yeah.
And who knew that there was a white dude inside of him? When
Right?
they pulled him out, like.
And he was completely ripped. Like Tony Todd is amazingly ripped with no skin on.
My thoughts is that they tried to make it look like that was his muscles, but they did a terrible job.
Yeah.
And it was just a white dude.
With a six-pack.
Do you think he was the most popular Jason because he has like the thickest neck in human history?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think his his skull and his neck are the same.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
his skeleton's just like an astronaut helmet, just one big thing.
And I think he played the character 3 or 4 times, so you just kind of got used to seeing him. And everyone would even say like the way he moved and stuff was just better. He was just the better Jason Voorhees. He just such a fucking.
Was he the dad?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pulled double duty.
Yeah.
Which a little scandalous backstory.
And he
My
pulled double
goodness.
booty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, and it's funny thinking about it because Candyman is a similar story. It was an affair. I don't know if you guys have seen Candyman, but it also takes place in New Orleans, and there's a bit of a romance going on.
Can you just put curses on people before you die?
In New Orleans.
Yeah.
Oh, New Orleans. That's a cute.
Yeah.
If you do it like
all
right
about
outside
the
the
voodoo.
border in like Mississippi, it was like, no, this doesn't
No,
count.
sorry, dude.
Yeah.
You
The
gotta
curse
go.
is lifted.
Yeah. Let's see
And who
here.
knew that Victor Crowley was half black?
I had a feeling.
Yeah.
It was the hips, right? His rhythm was just so spot on. Yeah. Now the
Just
fun
seemed a lot
start.
cooler than all the other people,
Yeah.
all the white people in the movie.
Relax, man.
Oh, in the credits,
Cool.
with all the little scenes with all the blood on them, is that the previous victims from the... Was that like the murder sites from the previous movie?
That's what I thought, but
You know what I
then
mean? Like,
it
there's,
kind
like,
of
a
looked
little-
like it was a flashback to the murders that were happening in this movie because the jaw got ripped off, and in this movie, and then they showed the jawbone on the ground in the opening
Yeah,
credits.
and they're like the little...
Yeah.
Well, there's the Offspring shirt, and then the guy was wearing the Offspring hat.
Oh.
Maybe they did both.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There wouldn't be 2 Offspring fans.
Oh.
Not there.
Burn.
Burn.
Okay, now the fun starts with everyone's favorite pieces and parts. My favorite was the chainsaw, where he chainsaws 2 guys' junk at the same
And
time.
the little
The torch has been
testicles
passed.
fall
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, there's been plenty of movies where people get their junk with a chainsaw, but never 2 at once.
No, never 2.
Yeah. that was
And you
pretty
guys verified that there are chainsaws that big?
cool. Oh yeah, for
Oh,
those
really?
big ass redwood trees
Yeah, to
and
cut
stuff.
down redwoods and
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a huge ass chainsaw. That was like the minigun equivalent of a chainsaw, like Jesse Ventura's chainsaw.
yeah.
Yeah.
Jesse Ventura made this movie awesome.
Jesse Ventura versus Victor Crowley.
I liked the Kane Hodder sex scene because I was thinking, like, man, he must have a huge dong. The size of his neck. Can you imagine the girth of his dick?
It's like a beer can.
Yeah.
The beer can cock.
He could like punch a hole through a wall with his dong.
Yeah. He's the one making all those glory holes. He's just like,
No.
I liked when he put that, he essentially curb checked that dude on the table, and like his head slid across, and he was blinking for a second.
That's what I was talking about with this movie because like there's times when it went back to the original Hatchet and you're like, all right, awesome, this movie's awesome again. But they spent so much time like giving these dumbass hunters backstories. I was like, no, I don't care, just kill this guy.
yeah.
Do you
Cut
think
this
you
movie
could
down by
pop...
30 minutes.
Yeah, do you think you pop somebody's head off with their own intestines? Like at the beginning?
Yeah, the
I
Fisher
think I
guy
doubt
drank
it.
his own pee.
It's like, my goodness.
I like how that part too. He gave her the pee and she almost drank it. It's like nice and
No,
warm.
it's pee?
Yeah.
Didn't you see the first one?
No.
See,
I
yeah,
didn't see
he
this.
drank his own pee.
Oh, is that why he's like, it's nice and warm?
Yeah.
Like, what is that?
It's so funny in the first one. It's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Fucking
He drinks the
rednecks.
pee.
Fuck you, rednecks. God.
Babe, did you ever drink your own pee when you lived in Kansas?
No.
Is that a thing they do in Kansas?
No.
Well, that's where rednecks live.
I've never seen anybody drink their own pee except for Lyoto Machida on TV. Yeah.
Bear Grylls.
But a lot of I know a lot of fighters have done it.
Yeah.
Why?
They think it like gives them
Yeah.
vitamins and shit.
Are you serious?
Super strength.
Take that fucking...
Recycle them steroids.
Oh, there you go.
What it really gives
Yeah,
them
those are a lot of
is
money.
Yeah.
yeah.
I like when they were. I can't remember how he killed the guy now, but they were getting it on, and he killed the guy, and he kept like humping her even though he was dead.
Oh, because his death twitches.
Yeah.
But they
After
show,
she
like,
asked him if he,
like his
he
dick,
loved
like
her more
one-
than baby Jesus.
Well, there goes my quote. God damn it,
Oh,
Sarah.
sorry! Take that out.
Could we call that a decapulation?
Oh,
Nope.
no.
The shit shows dick going like one like final like spurt.
The the blood and the jizz. Is that it for everybody's favorite parts?
Yeah.
I think so.
Kathleen's favorite part was when she fell asleep.
Yeah.
Okay,
My favorite part too.
What?
You're dead to me.
For each movie, Kathleen digs through all the dirt and slime of the filthy internet to bring us this week's terrifying trivia. This week, maybe not so much digging or trivia.
I only have one, and it might be recycled about Kane Hodder.
Okay.
Go for it.
I can't remember which movie it was.
Monster
One
Dick.
of the Jason movies. He refused to kick a dog as Jason because he said the character wouldn't do that.
Party.
That's
I
just
agree.
melts
For
your heart.
him.
Right
You know?
there.
That was Jason Takes Manhattan. Okay. It's time once again to meet your monster.
All right. The monster is Victor Crowley, and he is kind of undead. Well, not a zombie though. Would he be? They kept calling him a ghost. That's why I was like,
Yeah.
he's not a ghost. He's like a undead. He's like Jason Voorhees, undead retarded monster.
Ooh.
I don't think retarded is a politically correct word.
It's not like I didn't
You know-
mean it, but
you
I
know-
think he
He's on the autism
mentally.
spectrum.
Hey, Joe.
I did not mean retarded as that, but like in the. I don't know if that was.
Yeah.
What's that?
No, that's all right. Yeah, it's
Joe Rogan said the other day, and
I don't take Joe Rogan's word.
He's a smart guy, but he said that retard's fair game because
well, if Joe Rogan said
it's not a medical term.
it's not.
No, it just means slow.
I heard this one comedian talk about how like everybody has one word that they're just gonna keep saying no matter like how politically correct they're trying to be. Like everybody either has or should get one word, and I've chosen retard as mine.
I mentally
Or retarded.
challenged undead man.
Not calling people retarded, but just
But-
saying the word retarded.
Twat. That's mine.
Ju-
Twat.
That's a good one.
Well, like what? A repeater? That's what they were calling him to. Tony Todd was
Yeah.
saying he was a repeater. So, which is very convenient if you want to make sequels to movies because you kill him, but he comes back. Just like at the very end, she's chopping his head off, or no, squishing his head and shot him. But he's still gonna be twitching. He's still gonna come back. You know,
Yeah.
like that's fun and irritating. I'm scary. It's like you can't kill Jason Voorhees. Like, no. So yeah, Victor
Even-
Crowley.
Even when they did blow
Goes
him
on.
to pieces, didn't work out.
Yeah. Now, what about if Victor Crowley fought Jason Voorhees? Would they just fight forever? Would it just be like this never-ending, like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
What if Mike Tyson fought Victor Crowley?
That'd be a quick knockout.
They
maybe.
knocked Victor Crowley the fuck out.
Yeah.
What about Casey Jones versus Victor Crowley?
That's a good fight.
Well, wait a second though. I think Casey Jones would be better pitted against Jason because they both have the hockey masks.
Yeah, but
that's true.
we decided that Jason would win, and Colby said "fuck you." No, he wouldn't.
We did?
Yeah, I think it was on a past show. I have a piece of trivia. When they're in the meeting with Tony Todd, talking about, you guys ever heard of that Jason Voorhees guy? You
I
remember
remember
that
that.
part?
Mhm.
And then he's like, "Hey, I had Echo Falls. I used to live there. There's a guy named Leslie Vernon. Y'all ever seen Behind the Mask?
Behind the Mask.
Yeah, so they had a little reference to that.
I have that movie.
It was pretty good.
So I loved that movie.
You liked it, trust me.
I liked it, but I didn't think it wasn't my favorite. You know?
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I thought it was cool, but you know,
Take it sweet time.
yeah.
Danielle Harris looks a lot like Rachel Lee Cook when she's got makeup on.
I can see that.
I got one
Oh,
even
I like
closer similarity. She looks like Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Ooh, she does.
If you just put on a wig, it'd be the same damn person.
I didn't know he had such knockers.
Yeah, he
You
does.
didn't see him
He
on
was
the
wearing-
I was proud of them. You know, she's pretty covered up.
He wore that jacket in The Dark Knight Rises, otherwise you would have saw his
Oh yeah,
knockers.
he's like
yeah.
a swinging C cup.
Yeah.
Nice. Were you gonna go on a Dark Knight rant?
Yeah.
It's easy to do.
You were also
It's easy to
saying
go.
Batman's giant vagina.
Oh.
That movie.
Okay, here on Meet Your Monsters, we like to examine all forms of depravity, and so now for the mathematically perverted, the Colby count.
Okey-doke. This movie had 12 bodies and 6 boobs and 1 almost vagina shot.
Okay.
Yeah, you saw the top, the
Yeah.
pubes. Or the lack of.
Which I would account of a bush, but
Probably one of them plastic things anyway.
shaved off.
Yeah.
No, that looked like hey, I know that one girl's kind of a slut. Let's get her in on the movie. Okay, yeah.
I have a
They're butt
question
naked.
about boobs.
I
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know a lot about it.
It's
now.
weird that you're asking us. I'm like,
No, I've done my research. I assure
After
you.
that, I got a question for you about balls. Go ahead.
Save my show. It's not a question, which is just irritation. Like, they're about to start the sex scene, and she's like, rips her shirt open. She's not wearing a fucking bra. Mm-hmm. I get it. We want to just show boobs, but she had big boobs, and she can't just be running around the woods without a bra on. Like, you gotta, I know there's no undead monster either.
She has to think about her future and the sag and...
Right, she needs to think about that, too, because they're nice and pricky, but they're gonna start sagging if she doesn't wear a bra.
You know what drives me nuts is the opposite. When you see a sex scene and the girl's wearing a bra. They're totally been. They're like
I
down.
want realism in my sex.
Well, it's either like have them afterwards and they're covered with a blanket or something. But nobody has sex and the girl leaves a bra on. That's just weird.
No.
I'll give it to you.
Never once in the history of all my sad sexual whatever.
I want to put a bra on, just shake
I mean, your end holds up. I'm just saying I just didn't want to brag, is all.
And the 3 ladies that I've had sex with, not a single one wore a bra.
What I'm not sure was a woman.
Yeah.
Thanks for saying 3.
Oh, that was me.
Boost
I was
us up.
talking about me. I don't know. I'm sure you're like 18 or something, right?
Not even close.
As a leader, I feel like you probably have like double digits.
Not even
no,
close.
let's not.
even.
What's the Golden count? How many people has Abe slept with?
How many boobs has Abe seen?
I'm
Well,
the virgins.
Uncountable.
seen and been allowed to touch are quite different.
Oh, Lord.
Well, is his name going to be Christ Thunder Punch?
Yeah, immaculate conception. Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
There you go. It's a new savior, Christ Thunder Punch.
Oh, I got it. I got the best name for you.
Uh-oh.
Kurt Wrestle.
Wrestle?
Kurt Wrestle.
It combines Curtis and my love of wrestling. I love
Yes,
it.
Kurt Wrestle. Okay, what are we up to here now? Okay,
Oh, one more thing. All those doors, you could have kicked through any of them. That's bullshit. Come on, you could have kicked
The
through
one-
the walls.
I really like though how he locked the door by shooting it.
Oh,
that
no,
was-
no, I can't get out.
that was-
These
he's got-
really flimsy doors I'm really trying not to push over.
He's got mad skill if he can lock a door by shooting it.
And
I
he
mean,
was
Todd can do anything, though.
he was looking through a hole in the door. He could just reached through.
and now we honor the artists and artistry that literally put the horror in the horror movie. God, I can't fucking read it. With what we lovingly call the special effects.
Still feels too long.
No,
Okay,
no, it's
no, it's
beautiful.
fine.
No, it's beautiful.
Okay, the head makeup.
So she said.
The head makeup. Oh, about being too long. Okay.
Wait for it.
It took me a second or two. Apologize.
The head
That's
makeup.
what he said.
Shut up, Derek. The head makeup on this movie was Riley Vanderbilt. She's really only done the Hatchet movies. She's done a damn good job.
Squishy.
Yeah, well, I appreciate the practical effects in this movie. Like the intestines were all real. And
I like practical. I think they like, even though you know they're practical, I love it.
yeah, that CGI has its place, but it's not as nice. And then what I like about this movie is there's Lance Reyes, the foam technician, which is nice because there's used so much foam on this movie because of all the practical effects. All the things like the intestines were foam. Anytime there's like a head,
Yeah,
that
the
was
head
foam.
looked pretty foamy.
Well, they're always made of foam. What do you think they foam with?
Watermelons.
They're not always made of foam. I'm assuming like
Stuff?
take
They
some
use, they
rubber.
ship in, what is it? Did you get skulls from India or something like that?
What?
I don't think they're doing that for the movie.
In Poltergeist, they did.
I
They used
remember
real,
hearing
they
about
used
it,
real
yeah.
skeletons because it was cheaper.
And that's why everyone said it was haunted and
Yeah.
shit.
Fuck yeah. That's some bad juju.
Yeah, they probably killed that poor little girl.
Aw.
Yeah, just for the movie. Just
For the-
to
they
sell
did.
tickets, yeah. To
Well,
like,
that one kid was actually getting choked by the clown.
oh, yeah.
Like, yeah, that's why he said something like, I can't breathe. That was like, he was actually trying to
He's
tell them he
trying
couldn't
to
breathe.
It's like, man, this kid is ad-libbing the shit out of this scene.
Not gonna outact me, kid. Choke the shit out of you.
Okay, hours of effort and creativity go into making a movie, and there's always some asshole just waiting to shit on it. And so on behalf of the underappreciated horror filmmakers, we are here to take revenge with the critical critique.
My God, they've all gone.
So we have Laura Clifford from Reeling Reviews, and I linked to the website. I mean, I didn't link to it. I went to the website on the link, and it looks like a MySpace. So
How the hell did she do this contract?
So first of all, minimal fucking effort on the website. Firstly. Then she goes on to say that they were using the fact that it wasn't in theaters and that it's unrated, and they were kind of like making that their big hook to see the movie. And she says, "Is that reason enough to see the film? Only if you're interested in seeing a series of slangs by various manual and power tools." Yes, I am.
I don't think
That's the only reason that I watched this.
Death by Sander, that was weird.
It's a little long.
Yeah. That's what she said.
Sequel, big fuck you. So it makes a big deal out of serving the crowd Chips Ahoy cookies, which is product placement, plain and simple.
Totally
which I
agree.
fucking hope so, because first Nabisco supports gay rights, and now they're supporting independent horror movies.
I feel like they probably have
Good
no
on you,
idea.
Nabisco.
Yeah, I can't imagine they're like, we'll give you $10 million to put these cookies in your movie.
I would like to think that Nabisco is just really trying to help out.
I didn't even think about that.
The
I've got a
human
friend
race.
that works in
So-
Nabisco. We could probably get some Chips Ahoy in this movie.
Dude, at least a tray full.
I gotta say though, I fucking love Chips Ahoy.
They're pretty
They're
good.
I eat
delicious.
the hell out of those things.
Yeah,
Kathleen's more of an Oreo kind of person.
we'll take your support, Chips Ahoy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're just throwing money at people. And then, and then this part you guys actually said earlier, but she said the two characters, God, I forget their names. I'm not gonna look it up again. But the dudes that got sawed in half.
Oh.
And she was like, "Oh, and who's ever heard of an 8-foot chainsaw?" Which you guys actually already said is, and I was gonna say
Check
it's
your facts,
absolutely
girl.
a real
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, I did.
Yeah, fucking take a couple seconds to Google it. and-
Do you think because her website is so outdated, she's not quite sure how
That's
to
what
use
I'm wondering.
Google?
Yeah, I don't think
Like she had looked in her Encyclopedia Britannica for a chainsaw. She said, doesn't say anything about 8-foot chainsaws in here.
She saw MySpace, that's true.
Yeah. So
I didn't even know MySpace was still up and running.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it is. It's just like music now.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's an actual MySpace. It was just a very shitty website.
Oh, okay.
It was
Angel
like
Fire.
it was like
James
pictures of like movie reels repeating,
Oh,
and then
repeating.
with like black text over it and like one picture.
Was there a lot of gifs?
No,
That's the-
zero gifs.
Oh man.
They couldn't even get their shit together enough to give a fucking gif. A GIF.
Sporting.
Sorry. A
GIF,
GIF.
GIF.
It'll be GIF, but when I dig in the ground, it is
Yeah.
GIF.
That's what me and my
I'm
girlfriend
sorry.
always argue about it. Not argue, but like I'm gonna say GIF. I know it's GIF. I'm gonna fucking
Yeah.
say GIF.
It's a GIF.
Yeah.
GIF makes me think of J. GIF gives it, you know, a G.
Yeah.
Wow, that's me.
Yeah.
I'm a GIF
Wouldn't
kind of guy.
gift be gypped then?
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Like the dude who made it
Everything
is
was
just
silent,
like
and I was like, am I
decided
not
it
getting
was.
this right? Did I do
How dumb
wrong?
are these people?
Astounded by your protest.
What if CAT really spelled dog?
Oh,
What was her name?
Laura Clifford from Reeling
Lord.
Movie Reviews.
I like how they always try to work real into be like some
Yeah.
kind of pun, but it's just one you just spell like it's spelled with one different letter.
Mm-hmm.
Too. I'm gonna start one called like real pedophiles.
Oh, no. I don't think it's
Like no, I watch
They're gonna get a lot of
movies.
traffic on it.
Yeah, I watch movies because it's 2 E's.
But pedophile.
I like kids movies.
Ooh. We're going to cut that out.
But reels are on the way out. You know, you're not going to see many reels for much longer.
Yeah,
It's almost
I know.
all digital now.
Digital
Yeah, that's what kind
pedophile.
of
Let's
pisses me off
do
about
that.
like Quentin Tarantino and Christopher Nolan. They're like, we're just gonna like keep it in the reels because that's where it's at. I'm like, no, that's
No.
not where it's at actually.
Sorry, dude.
See, I
Like-
saw the
Forever.
picture of the IMAX reels, and I thought that's how they had to make them.
With IMAX, yeah.
Do they have to use reels?
Yeah, there's like
Or-
6
Not with
IMAX
the red
cameras in the
one.
world.
I have no doubt whatsoever that they could do an IMAX movie digitally.
And Quentin Tarantino with his Hateful Eight movie, he's like, I'm gonna film it in 70mm, and they're just all gonna love it, and they're gonna go crazy, and it's gonna be the new film era again. I'm
Yeah, how
like,
did
it's so fucking
Grindhouse
dumb.
do? Like, yeah.
You know who's a big supporter, oddly, of digital movies? David Lynch.
Really?
He says that's all he'll do his movies in now is digital.
So
He's
yeah,
such a fan of it.
because they want infinite takes. They don't want to have to change reels.
Like I was thinking about, what's that? Independent Clerks. It's like, how in the hell that movie cost $26,000 to make? 'Cause that's how much it cost them. It had to be the film. Like it had to be spend as much money on the film.
Although they might have used the ins for that movie.
The what?
Well, I guess there would be, whenever you shoot a movie, there would be a leftover piece of film after they would cut it, and a lot of times you could take that and get 1 or 2 takes on it. So you would get these tiny little chunks of film, and so you had to keep reloading constantly. And I think I remember reading that he might have used quite a bit of those. But that's still a lot of money. I think the processing of the film
Oh yeah, that's probably true.
would cost a lot of money.
There's also recently read that they actually used the gas station.
Quick stuff.
Yeah, they used that. They got that for free because somebody
It's
actually
after
worked at
hours.
that gas station.
Kevin
yeah,
Smith
yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, was it Kevin
worked
Smith? Okay, I thought that's what but I didn't
Kevin
want
Smith
to.
just pocketed all this money. That's how he's so rich.
Yeah, but
No, he's
that's why they had
the
the shutter down. Was so they could just film it all at night and make it look like it was day by the fact that the shutter was closed.
I didn't put that together. That's pretty smart. All right. So, in closing, to feed the sun god with junk food movie
Do you guys want
dialogue.
to talk about a trope I noticed,
Oh yes.
Sure, yeah.
which is
There you go. I'll lead you in with that.
at one point Tony Todd says, "Well, the only way I can think to kill it is to remove the head," and isn't that seems to be a theme in horror movies,
The
like
vampire
taking
theme.
off it. Yeah, because I know they said it in one of the Jason movies. No,
Highlander.
Yeah, Highlander.
Or even basic human
Halloween
physiology.
doesn't or is
Michael
H2O
Myers.
where she chops his head off. Like that's the only way to make sure somebody's dead.
Mm-hmm.
But then it never gets brought up again the rest of the movie. They didn't try to chop off his head at all.
Oh.
So I thought that was kind of interesting.
There are a lot of movies where the only way to
Yeah.
win is decapitation.
Yeah, because I remember reading a Sabretooth versus Wolverine comic, and they're talking about they could just fight each other forever because they have the healing power, but if I take your head off, you're not going to be able to regenerate that. I'm like, yeah, true.
That'd be cool though if he did regenerate. Like, what would he regenerate? Would his head come from his body, or his body come from his head?
I think it would come from his
Head.
That'd be
That's
two.
what you would think.
I would think.
Until you actually saw.
Well, I mean, he's had other things cut off before, and there's no other hymns running
There's
around.
yeah.
Remember,
Well, I think part of it is because his skeleton can't be cut off. So
of adamantium.
What about
because
Sabretooth?
he was burned. I don't know about Sabretooth.
Sabretooth doesn't have that adamantium.
Yeah, because he was burned down to his bones, and he still like grew back, which is
Yeah.
What?
it's fine.
But
Yeah,
Isn't that how he got killed by the Sentinels, though, in Days of Future Past? He was burned down to his
Yeah.
bones?
yeah, and then he died. So
He was
they
dead?
do whatever they want. Like that. This was like a
In the
couple years
comics.
ago when. But now they're gonna kill him for shut up. Don't punch me.
Pick up a book!
So yeah, I thought that was a fun little trope.
Yeah, that is fascinating to think about.
That's it.
There is a shitload of decapitations in movies.
Yeah.
Just because it looked cool.
Especially, I guess
They
that's
do
the
it.
way you shoot them. They're always come back. You smush their head in, they're gonna grow that head back.
You know who can't be killed by decapitation? A
Kathleen.
headless horseman.
Oh. Ooh, there you go.
Excuse me, I'm like, what the
I
hell?
have no idea.
I think it's because there's a lot of things in TV and movies when people are getting shot and they'd be like, oh, he's actually wearing a bulletproof vest. Or this
Yeah.
one, they're like, well, he couldn't have been actually wearing a head vest.
Yeah, you can't.
They should make a
Those are called
bulletproof
helmets.
like headgear,
Yeah, right.
like a ski mask that's bulletproof.
Just your eyes.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
patent.
TM.
Think how much that fucking hurt.
Yeah, that would
Shot
the
that.
shit out of your
He's like,
face.
ow, god damn it. Good thing I had this mask on.
Okay, in closing, to feed the sun god with junk food movie dialogue, we offer unto you the Quetzalcoatl.
You want to go ahead and give mine again, Sarah? God damn it. The one
I'm so
goddamn quote in this
sorry.
movie.
What?
Do you like this better than Jesus?
What about
No.
baby Jesus?
Yeah.
I'll give mine. So we're gonna get the cookies now or at the end of the meeting? What's the timestamp on those cookies? I totally agree. If somebody tells me I'm gonna get cookies, I need to know when. Like now, like later. Well, I don't see you getting the cookies.
Do I get more? How am I doing it? Every time we have free food at work, it's how I feel. I'm like, oh my god, oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what's the worst? I worked at a doctor's office with a bunch of women. And people bring in donuts. And you go and there's always that half fucking donut. And not just like one, like 4 half donuts.
See, I actually like that though because then I get to try a bunch of different donuts. See, I eat the halves and then I get to try like 8 different donuts.
You know what always happens? Someone offers me, "Oh, do you just want to split one?"
On the bright side.
No, I'm giving
Sure,
you a fucking
I'll
donut, and
split
then I'll
one
have
and
your half. Like, I hate that. People are always trying to get me to eat less. I'm like, nope. I will eat my whole burrito, thank you. I do not want to split a sandwich. My quote was Vernon, the sassy black man, who was saying, talking about, what's her name, Mary Beth?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what's up with that Blair Witch? I tapped that, but she probably got cobwebs sealing it up, and even if I did, a bunch of bats would probably come flying out of it. His delivery was wonderful. He should have irritated me a lot more than he did, I feel like.
I just remember something I thought was weird in that movie. It's when she was in the shower and she hurt somebody and she just reached out and grabbed her gun. It's like a weird place to keep your gun. It's like right outside the shower.
Well, if she would have just pulled it out of, like, her bottom.
If all of that stuff just happened to me, I would be like washing my hair with like
the
part
gun.
of it in my like.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a shower scene and they didn't do any gratuitous nudity or.
Did they not have a big enough budget?
I was shocked.
The
about
only
that.
nudity they really had was the one girl, and then the video tapes.
Oh, that's right.
Are you saying that's a good thing, Sarah?
I was just shocked. I guess I was impressed by that. I don't
Are you
know.
impressed by that? This is Sarah's last episode.
With the guy.
Well, episode.
They did have the shot where they just had done having sex and he stabs her in the chest. And he couldn't get it out, so he was like,
Yeah.
Their boobs are all jiggling and like,
With the whole gun thing, though, I actually just watched Stand By Me today, too. And, like, that part where they're camping and, like, they're all taking different shifts and, Vernon's the gun.
shaking.
And he's just, like, pointing at everything. Like, every time, that would totally be me if I was there. I'd just be, like, just sitting there, like, pointing at every noise I heard. And, like,
I've been like Will Ferrell and Jane Silent Bob Strike Back at the gunfight at the end where he's just shooting different
I've had training, so.
yeah.
And you burned yourself, eh?
Oh,
Sarah's
wait,
got
wait.
shooting stars.
You know the IT guy Mickey?
Mm-hmm.
He told me a Navy joke. Did you join the Navy to be amongst your peers?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was so funny. I'm sorry.
Very
It's such
funny,
a dad
very funny.
joke.
Don't get it.
piers, like a
Piers.
pier in the
Ship,
ocean.
ship parks at the pier. It's
This is a bit of celebrity news. Did you guys hear about that actress that got stabbed?
Mm-mm.
Reese something or other.
Withers.
No, it was with a knife.
Ooh, I have some celebrity news.
Yeah.
I used to see Hayden Panettiere all the time in the Navy when they were filming the movie Tiger Cruise. She was the girl in the movie, and this was back before she was anybody that I knew of.
She was in Heroes, you mean?
Yeah, way before that.
He
So-
tried to save the cheerleader.
We all just called her Disney Girl when she'd walk by.
Oh.
Well, yeah.
Here's
interesting.
your
Willie Nelson got hit by a car.
Just recently?
Yeah,
Is he okay?
he was playing on the road again.
I was like, Bono just got in a bike accident. I have a joke with it.
That's awesome.
What about you, Matt? You got any jokes for us?
50,000 women are battered every year, but I prefer to eat my plane.
Given this podcast, I'd say that's an appropriate joke.
That's good.
Okay, that's the end of Meet Your Monsters for this week. Thanks to my friends for hanging out with me, and thanks to you at home for listening. If you want to follow along, next week's movie will be now I have a dilemma here. Okay, we're gonna take a little vote. The one that I had picked was 30 Days of Night, but if you guys would rather, we can watch Horns.
Let's watch Horns.
Do you have horns?
Yeah,
What?
it's on demand.
Why
I can bring it up.
Yeah,
Horns.
I
Well,
know.
Wait, what's the appeal of Horns?
Hold on now. The reason I'm reluctant though is because you got an hour left in the book. I don't want to ruin the ending for you.
But you
You got
also
5
have 5
hours.
But I don't give a shit. I'll watch the movie.
No, I want to see it.
Okay, Horns
Okay.
it is.
I say horns.
Okay.
But there's 3 other people that could cancel us out.
Whatever.
No one gives a fuck
Shit.
what they think.
Oh, Matt is
We're
passionate
watching
about this.
Horns.
Sweet.
Okay, Matt clearly wants to watch Horns, so Horns it
Awesome.
should be. Okay.
Cool.
Thanks, everybody.
Why do you care about
Good
Withers?
night.